everybody doing the great coronavirus lockdown of 2020? It was about a month. We've been in a month, stay-at-home orders, lockdown orders, martial law, totalitarian, seemingly voluntarily, being a part of the dictatorship of the Wall Street class. So the causes of the Great Depression are many and vast. The causes. Why did the Great Depression of 1929 to 1941, 12 years? Why did the Great Depression happen? Well, first you had the recession of August of 1929. We didn't address that goddamn recession. You also had income inequality, lots of poor and lots of working class and homeless people too, just like today. So they couldn't compete with the bankers and the wealthy and the rich. They were consolidating, and the rats and the rabble had to fight for the scraps and crumbs amongst themselves. The Federal Reserve System, Woodrow Wilson's 1913 Federal Reserve System, it was just in operation for 16 years. It was supposed to stop a depression, stop the panic, it fucked it all up. It pulled a Nicholas Biddle and fucked the economy up, maybe intentionally because they got more powerful afterwards. So why do we keep on rewarding the goddamn, banks and people that fucked up our system? The Federal Reserve, there was a monetary contraction policy. They increased the federal funds rate, so they increased the interest rates during the August 1929 recession. Nothing was done to, combat that recession that happened 2 months prior to the stock market crash. There was an overuse of credit, overuse of installment loans, low discount rate. The Federal Reserve made all of America just think they had shit tons of fucking money. That's why you had the Roaring '20s. The Roaring '20s was built on credit, was built on an artificial, bullshit boom. And then it all came crashing down. There was automation, the disruption of production, the Dawes Act, unregulated banking practices, monopolistic pricing, the gold standard hurt the U.S. dollar because people said, fuck this dollar, give me my gold. Overproduction of toasters, washing machines, refrigerators, cars, furniture, and then also Herbert Hoover. President Herbert Hoover was an inept, incompetent fucking douchebag that couldn't get shit done or do shit about it. Oh shit, the entire economy's crashing. Should we do something? Nah, laissez-faire, who cares? Who gives a shit? Just the fucking president. And it lasted for 12 years. You all got your food, water, and supplies for the next 12 years. America. That's the causes of the Great Depression. What was the cause of the 2020 lockdown? Oh yeah, that the flu it was like a little bit worse than the flu. What was that thing? It was the coronavirus. That's right, the coronavirus. Then the stock market tanking. Then that's wait. Why did our system fucking collapse? Why are we collapsing right now? We're collapsing right now because of flu. Because of, some really novel, unique bat flu. So the Kung flu is just kicking America's ass, huh? And, we had a good, strong economy, great country, the greatest country in the world, but Kung flu came over here, kicked our ass, and now we're, in another Great Depression. So many reasons for the 1929 Great Depression. Only one reason. Basically, our system sucks, and then just it was a house of cards, and the tiniest little, gust of wind just ended it, ended it all. This entire, pyramid of paper. This pyramid of paper has collapsed. So Say's law of markets, let's just get a little common sense, okay? A little common sense injected up into this, piece, this bitch, whatever this is. It's a bitch, a piece. We're going to get some common sense up in it, whatever it is. So Say's law of markets, okay? So this guy, his name is Say, okay, whatever, weird name, right? But Say's law of markets, he's contradicting the popular mercantilist view that money is the source of wealth. Well, money is the source? No, money isn't the source of wealth. He says the source of demand is prior to the production and the sale of goods for money. So you want the sandwich, you want the food, you want the water before you do anything, before you've made anything, before you have a service, before the job is done. You want things and stuff. What is that supposed to mean? Well, he's saying that the demand is before the sale of goods, before the production, before money. Money has nothing to do with the demand. Money just is what people want, and money is what helps get them what they want. The person's ability to demand goods or services from others is predicated on the income produced by that person's own past acts of production. So it's classical economic theory. The income generated by past production and the sale of goods is a source of spending that creates demand to purchase current production. So you get the money, and then you have the demand, and then the money meets up with your demand. There's 4 laws, according to Say. Says the more producers and variety of products in a society, the more prosperous it will be. The more producers. So come on, America, pull up your bootstraps and, tie your shoes. Don't pull up your bootstraps. You're just lifting your leg up, and you need your, legs planted on the ground. So just tie your shoes and, go get the job done. Just be like a rock, right? Like the Chevy commercial says we are. We're strong and we got grit. Like a rock. So we need more producers and lots of variety of products in a society. Then we'll be prosperous. The success of one producer or industry will benefit other producers and industries near them. So you have one successful producer or industry, retail market, farm, whatever, then other people will get, the wind. They'll get the trickle the trickle adjacent theory of success. Importation, number 3. So that was number 2 law. Number 3 law of Say's 4 laws. The importation of goods even at a trade deficit. Import goods, even if it's at a trade deficit, that's beneficial to the domestic economy. Milton Friedman says we need to, limit the imports. It's exports. Exports brings in money and cash and wealth, but he says it's not the money, right? It's the demand. So by importing goods, you get, there's fancy French goods and Chinese goods and shit, and somehow that's beneficial to the domestic economy. And then he says consumption is bad for the economy. So I'm not for sure about the importation of goods. I agree that consumption generally is bad for the economy. We should be producing and making stuff. Fall in love with work, fall in love with making stuff, but just consuming and eating and getting fat and spending money all the fucking time. Jesus Christ, we need to tax consumption and encourage more people to be producers. This is common sense. So Say's law of markets, just work through it, and it's all common sense if you just, think about it for a second. The success of one successful, industry producer, retail, market farmer, whatever worker increases the success of everybody around them. The adjacent, whatever that theory of trickle adjacent theory, the more producers and variety of products in a society, the more prosperous it will be. So I agree with the producer sayings and variety of products, right? We have lots of shit, then that's good. We can have choice and figure out how to do this and that. I think a lot of, high GDP is good, produce a bunch of stuff. I'm not sure about importation of goods. I'm with Milton Friedman on that one. So I think the third one, I'll scratch that law out. But the 1, 2, and 4, the adjacent, the trickle adjacent, success theory, and then consumption is bad for the economy, production is good. All those are good laws. So Say's laws. That's Say's 4 laws and Say's law of markets. I'm John Masters, 1252, straight out of Louvetti, Southern Colorado, Monday, April 20th, 2020.